How are you?
Fine, thanks. And
Hi.
you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. And so, Adela, how was your day?
A hard day because we had the meetings in the afternoon.
Okay, you had a meeting in the afternoon,
Yes,
and what was?
I finish 8 p.m.
Wow. Okay, that sounds like a really long day. Was the meeting productive at least?
Yes, the meetings are to evaluate the students, and we have some things to discuss about the new studies to put in on the school is good.
Okay,
It's not so
nice.
so long. The meetings was okay. It's
Okay,
not
so it wasn't so long.
no, not so long. A lot of meetings, different meetings, but not so long.
Okay, that's not too bad, I guess. Especially if it's always changing, it keeps you kind of interested. Um, but all right. And so Ravi and Jose and Christina, welcome to class, everybody. Ravi,
Okay.
how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, Ravi. And Ravi, I think I've seen you in class a few times. I forget where you're
No,
from.
no, it's
No?
my first time.
Ah, perfect. Okay, so Ravi, where are you from?
I'm from India.
Okay, from India. Nice. Well, welcome to class.
Yeah,
Um,
thanks.
and nice to meet you. Jose, how are you doing?
Fine, Yeshua, thanks for asking.
Nice. And Jose, what did you do today?
In the morning I was working, and in the afternoon I'm learning English.
Okay,
Okay,
nice. So in the morning you worked, in the afternoon you learned English, or
okay,
now you are learning English. Cool.
okay.
And Christina, how are you doing?
Hi, sorry.
Hi. Excuse me?
I can hear you.
Uh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you doing? How are you?
Hi, fine, thank you. You?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. And Christina, I'm not sure if I recognize you either. Christina, where are you from?
I'm from Madrid. This is not my first class in Berkeley, but I think it's the first class with you.
Okay, perfect. Well, welcome to class. I'm pleased to meet you.
Okay. Nice to meet
Yeah,
you.
and Elena, welcome to class. Elena, how are you?
Hi Josh, I'm fine and you?
Doing well. Thanks for asking. And Elena, what did you do today?
I worked and
Okay.
just had a normal day, a regular day.
Okay. I guess that's good. So normal, regular
Yeah,
day at work.
yeah.
Okay.
Routine.
And yeah, it's not bad. Can't complain
No,
too much.
no, not at all, not at all.
Cool. Um, and Ishmael, what about you? How are you doing?
I am doing well. Nice to see you again, Joshua.
Nice to see you too. Um, and Ishmael, what have you done since I saw you last class
I
a few hours
joined
ago?
I joined some Veblen classes. I go out. I went out with my neighbor and walk around the park and returned to my home,
Cool.
Joshua. Yes.
Nice. That sounds good. Perfect. And all right, well, let's get started with today's class. So we're going to be talking about job interviews. And let's start with Ravi. Ravi, can you read the title and the next few lines?
Yeah, job interview seconds. Today we will learn job interview vocabulary. Practice the what's your weakness question. uh, from PAR and C dots, and practice asking each other question and give each other suggestions.
Yeah. And so can you repeat anecdotes?
Okay. Anecdotes.
Yeah, anecdotes.
Yeah. What does that mean?
So an anecdote is like a personal story. So an anecdote is a story.
Okay.
Yeah. And so a par anecdote is something that we'll get into a little bit later in class. So we'll be talking, so yeah, just a little bit later. And so it stands for problem, action, and result. But
Okay.
good. And let's go on to the next page. And let's have Ravi, can you ask Jose the first question?
Yeah. Uh, mm, if you had to ask an interview question to potential employee, what question would you ask and why?
What are your skills? No?
Jose, are you there?
Yes. I don't hear me.
Okay, yeah, and
Yeah.
so
What are your skills?
I
Ravi,
asked,
can you repeat the question?
yeah, I can. I asked if you had to ask a interview question to a potential employee, what question would you ask and why? That's clear? Jose,
Yes.
yeah,
I'm reading the question.
yeah. Do you understand the question or I have to repeat it again?
I think that if I understand. Yes, I understand. To a potential employee. I think I ask what are you what are no sé, what are your skills? No sé.
Okay. I think I would ask, what are your skills? Why would you ask that question?
Because I think that for the developing the job well, I think that are very important to have good skills.
Okay. I think that for developing this job well, I think it is very important to have good skills. Maybe instead of developing, for doing this
For
job well.
doing okay.
But good. I think that's great. Really nice job. Jose, can you ask John the same question?
Yes. Brainstorm some questions you never want someone to ask you in a job interview.
Sorry, I don't get it.
Okay.
Brainstorm.
Oh, no, brainstorm. Okay.
Do you understand the question,
Yeah.
John?
Yeah. Well, what kind of question? Well, I wouldn't like to be asked if I am responsible because I'm not, and I don't like to lie. So I would say that I'm not the best one to trust something very important or with a very short deadline.
Yeah, So I guess I'm not the best person to do something
Not
on
yet.
a short deadline. That's good. I think that's a great answer. And yeah, I think that's great. Brainstorming is perfect. And yeah, also Turke, welcome to class. Turke, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Turke, where are you from?
I am from Turkey.
Okay, that makes sense. And is your name Turkey as well? What's your name?
No. Turkay.
Turkey.
Yes.
Turkay. Okay. Perfect. And yeah, welcome to class. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay. And John, can you ask Ismail this first question?
For Turkey,
For Ismail.
Ishmael. Okay. If you had to ask an interview question to a potential employee, what question would you ask? Why?
I would ask, could you tell about yourself and your background with the connection of this empty place? I want to learn with this question if the candidate is a right person for empty place.
For the position.
For the position.
Good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would learn. That's a good reason, I guess, for sure. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions? Okay. And let's try this. Let's look. And Elena, can you read the title and the next few words?
Okay. Vocabulary, formulated, qualifications, adapt, adaptable, personable, handle, fair, dependable, creative, logical.
Good. Okay. And does anybody have any questions about any of these words? Any questions here?
Adapt. What does adapt mean, Joshua?
Okay. Really good question. Good phrasing. Does anybody know what adept means?
To adapt is someone is very close to the other person is I think is I think they say yes in general all news things the other propose etc.
Not quite.
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure.
Joshua, Aderna is not people that it's expert people.
Yeah, it's someone who is skilled at something. Who is skilled
Of something, okay.
Yeah, so you're adept at doing something. That means you're really good at it.
They have two meanings or only this meaning in the context of business?
Because
because adept sometimes in the religion or groups, special groups, when people is in this context on use more or less this same meaning.
Sure, you're not saying adapt.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
search.
she's
No
saying,
problem.
I think she's saying adapt.
Yeah, so that adapt is somebody who can like change quickly or easily to other people. They're adaptable. So yeah, I think it's a little bit different. Adept and adapt, really similar words, slightly different. But adept is just somebody who's skilled at something.
Is the pronunciation the same?
No, so adapt. Maybe so adapt. Hold on, let's get that up. Adapt and
Is to
adapt.
change, no? When they are to change, person change too.
Yeah, so when the environment changes, the person changes, is adapt.
Yes.
And adept is just really skilled. So the pronunciation is really similar. One's an a and one's an e. So hopefully that makes sense.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any other questions about any of these words?
No.
Okay. Okay, good. I think that's good then. Let's have Christina. Can you make a sentence with handle?
Yes. My partner is very handy for my boss.
My partner is what?
Very handy for my boss.
I'm not sure what you mean by this, Christina.
I think handle is a person that is very easy to manipulate.
Yeah, so my
boss manipulate my partner, so my partner is very...
You could say handleable, but
Okay,
that
yes.
still seems a little bit odd. So like handle is deal with. So I can handle any situation
Okay, understand.
that I encounter. And that could be a good way to use handle. My partner is very handleable. For my boss, would maybe work. I'm not even sure if it's a word, but it would make sense. So yeah, I think you're close though. Okay, and maybe let's have Adela. Can you make a sentence using formulated?
Formulated. In the meeting, I formulate a question about the result the last campaign.
Nice. Result of last. This is great.
The last campaign to result to or no?
Results.
Results.
Yeah, we say the results.
Results.
And we probably want to use the past tense of formulate.
Formulated.
Yeah, formulated. So in the meeting, I formulated a question about the results of the last campaign. Okay, good. I think that's a great, really good use of formulate. And Alexandra, welcome to class. Alexandra, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, and you?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. And it's nice to meet you. Alexandra, where are you from?
Nice to meet you. I'm from Costa Rica.
Oh, okay, cool. I actually live in Costa Rica right now, so very interesting. Cool.
Okay.
And who can explain this comic? Who can explain the comic? Maybe John. Can you explain this?
May I, Joshua?
interviewer are saying that the resume is very bad, and he would lie if it uh, was his
Yeah,
resume.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So the interviewer is saying that the resume is very bad. That's exactly right. Okay, good. And let's go on. Let's try this. And let's start with Turkay. Can you read the title?
Ideas. Ideas or prepare for the what's your weakness question.
Good. And let's have Ravi. Can you read this paragraph?
Yeah. Uh, Most people overthink this question and give a canon answer like, I'm too much of a perfectionist. Others give a genius answer but still fall short of what this question is really asking. It's not about admitting your weakness, it's about showing how you overcome them. What system have you put in place? What progress? Uh, what progress have you made? Include those thoughts to strengthen your answer.
Good. Okay. And let's have Jose. Can you read the examples?
Okay, example. Weak. My weakness is that I struggle to run efficient meetings. Strong. I sometimes struggle to run efficient meetings, but I work it to improve by drafting an agenda before every meeting, sending it to all participants, and then following up with a recap in clear actions items so everyone knows what do you moving forward.
Nice. Okay. So this is good. Maybe a couple small things. Items.
Items.
Yeah. Items.
Items.
Recap.
Recap.
And then
Work it.
worked.
Work it.
Close. Worked.
Work.
Good. And then Ravi, can you repeat canned
Yeah, cans.
and genuine?
Yeah, actually, in rush I forgot that this is not genuine. I did it as a genius. Sorry for that.
That's okay.
Yeah, that
Definitely fine.
genuine.
Yeah, a genuine answer. Okay. And does anybody have any questions here on this page?
Joshua, what does a recap mean?
Okay,
At the end
and
of the
yeah.
end of the lesson.
Does anybody know what a recap is? Who can explain what a recap is?
Maybe abstract or concrete, no? Is the recapitular?
Yeah.
It's a resume.
Recapitulation.
Yeah, recapitulation. So, a review or not a resume. Resume would be to continue. Resume.
Abstract? No.
Yeah, I think it's close to an abstract. So review an overview of what was discussed. So yeah, I guess it could be an abstract of what was discussed too. Work it out. Good. Does that make sense? Do you kind of understand what a recap is now?
Yes, thank you, Joshua.
You're welcome. Okay. And anybody else? Does anybody else have any questions here on this page? Okay. And oh wow. Okay. So does anybody? Let's have John. So what do you think your weakness is? For example, what's your weakness?
Let me think how to say that. I cannot concentrate. So this is my weakness. I easily disturb my concentration and start thinking other things. So in meetings, I have to be very, very focused to be aware of everything, of what everything's happening, because I easily start giving attention to what the people are saying.
Okay. So maybe in meetings I have to be very focused to be aware of everything that's said because I lose focus easily. And so, like on this last page, this is good. But I think it's good to also add something like this in your answer. So how are you kind of trying to correct that?
Well, every time I try to play some kind of game to make the meeting more interesting, like taking notes of some words, and when the one stop speaking, I look to my notes and try to remember exactly what he said at that moment that I write the word. So in this way I can keep my attention to the meeting.
Nice. Keep my attention on the meeting.
On
the meeting. Good. Ravi, or actually Turkay, what about you? What's your weakness, Turkay?
Okay. My weakness is about my presentation skills. Sometimes it is hard to me to present something in everybody, in front of everybody. To handle this problem, I go to courses which is about to present, which is about to prepare a presentation and to present the presentation in the front of people, and that's all. Yes.
Okay, so I took courses or I am taking courses?
Took.
Okay. Maybe I took courses on how to. Which sounds good.
Okay.
But good. I think that's great. So your presentation skills, it's hard to present in front of people. I think it's a common weakness. People worry about their presentation skills. All right, let's try one more. Ismail, what about you? What do you think?
About this question?
Yeah, what's your weakness?
Yes. Well, actually, it is a difficult question. I have a A-type personality or character, Joshua. You know, A-type people always try to do things in a short time, and if I have something to do, I feel not comfortable before I end this mission. And I try to struggle with this problem to send me some message.
I
Don't
try
do
to.
it. I try to with sending message to myself like this. Don't do it.
Okay, so I try to struggle, or I try to struggle with this problem, overcome.
Yes.
Try to overcome this problem by sending messages to myself like, don't do it.
Yes.
That would work. Okay. And can you read this one more time?
Okay, Joshua. A-type people always try to do things quickly, and if I something to do, I feel uncomfortable until I finish this task. I try to overcome this problem by sending messages to myself, like, don't do it.
Good. And so the only small thing, can you repeat uncomfortable?
Uncomfortable.
Good. Nicely done. All right, good. Does anybody else have anything to say on this page? Anything else to add? Okay, let's go on to the next page. And what is going on? I think... Okay, sorry, I think I'm just a little bit mixed up. Okay, and so another idea is brainstorming pod anecdotes. And so, Christina, can you read this paragraph here?
Yeah. Your interview is as memorable as the story you share. Many people have fascinating experience, but forget them when they are on the spot. To remedy this, have 3 anecdotes ready to plug into your interview. Your anecdotes should follow a simple format. Problem. What was the situation? Action. What did you do to solve it? Result. What changed afterward? With this format, you can adapt your part anecdote to fit a variety of questions, such as tell me about a time you work with a team, or when we have your strangle mode.
Okay, really nicely done. Okay, and only a couple small things. Fascinating.
Fascinating.
Good, fascinating. And anecdotes.
Anecdote.
Yeah, anecdotes. Okay, yeah, that was good though. And so, does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions here?
What is anecdotes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who can explain what an anecdote is? Anecdote.
Something special that happened in your life that you remember.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Oh man, spelling. So it's like a story. So just a story. Good. Any other questions? Okay. Let's go on and let's try this. Let's try to think of a para anecdote. Alexandra, can you try to create your own and talk about what was the situation?
Let me see. I don't remember.
Okay, so let's try to make one up together. So let's make one up. So let's be creative. So let's talk about any situation. That'd be a good anecdote for a job interview. So just start with the situation. And And like I said, it could be anything because we're just making one up.
Maybe with an angry client.
Okay, good. And so why was the client angry?
Because what can be because they buy a cloth and it was broken or with a with something wrong and but was in discount, and when they went back to the clothes shop to change it, they say that because it's in sale, it doesn't have a reimburse.
Okay. It was on sale, and it didn't have any what?
Change or reimburse? Guarantee? I don't know.
Okay, it didn't have any guarantee. That would work. It didn't have any guarantee. Maybe it was unreturnable. It isn't returnable. Yeah, that would work. Wasn't returnable. And so I think we're talking about clothes then. So they bought a clothing item, we would say. If it's just a general clothing item, you could also say they bought a shirt, pants, something specific, or you could just say in general a clothing item. Does that make sense, Alexandra?
Okay.
Okay. And so, Alexandra, can you ask Adela the next question? So, Adela, keep the same story.
I need to continue the story. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. And so, Alexandra, can you ask this question?
Okay. What did you do to solve it?
Okay. I'm the client, I suppose, no?
No.
Yes.
So
No.
you'd be
I'm
the
the seller,
worker. Yeah.
no? Okay. Maybe the possibility I offer the client the possibility not to change, but maybe to have a compensation, maybe a ticket with a discount in another purchase, and other possibility is to have a complaint about the direction, maybe, or on the customer attention to in Spanish they are an association, customer associations.
Like a customer satisfaction?
Is general is an association of customer to make a complaint. They have to according they arrive an agreement with the enterprise company, etc. When you have a problem with an article or a purchase or something.
Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't think we have something like that in the United States.
It's a consumer association.
Yeah. So maybe file a complaint about the purchase to the Consumer Association.
Association, yes.
Yeah, so another possibility is to maybe suggest that they file.
Yes, that they can put, they can make. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, in this case, I might offer. Maybe I would, or yeah, maybe I offered. I guess in the past tense. Maybe I offered the client the possibility not to change, but maybe the ability to have other compensation, like a coupon for another purchase.
Okay.
Another possibility is to suggest that they file a complaint about the purchase to the Consumer Association. Okay, I think let's stick with this first one. So you offered them a coupon, and yeah, maybe they took the coupon. Adela, can you ask Turkay the last question?
Turkay, what changed afterward?
Okay, what changed? Let me think. In this anecdote, I was able to solve the problem because in different way, because in our country the coupon wasn't used for that reasons. I talk my manager and to talk with my manager, okay, and my manager let me to use coupons. That's why I solved the problem.
Maybe that's how I solved the problem.
Yes, that's how I. Yes, okay, it's better.
Okay, good, nice. I think that's solid. All right. And does anybody have any questions about anything on this page? Any questions here? Okay. And so let's go on to the next page and let's look at this comic. And let's have Ravi, can you read the comic? Can you read the comic, Ravi?
Yeah. It would start with 5 minutes of peeling lens from dryer traps, following by an hour of pressing a lightsaber's handle against things and switching it on. Then I do retire to a life of luxury. When people ask me to describe my dream job, I'm never sure how to realistic to be.
Yeah, good. And so what do you think's happening here, Ravi? Can you explain it?
And actually, I don't understand.
Okay. Who can explain this comic? Does anybody think they can explain it? And so
It's a question that how can be her
I think he explaining it's his dream job, what he want to be, or what he will do in his life. I think that is the main point here.
yeah, I think that's exactly it. Okay, and I'm not sure Was it Alexandra? Were you speaking before, or was it Christina?
I think
Okay.
it was Alexander.
Okay, yeah, Alexandra, could you go on with what you were saying before?
What's the same that they had said? Uh, it's like a question about how can be her dreams job,
Uh-huh.
and that is her answer.
Yeah, and so he's asked in a job interview, you know, his dream job, like what would be the perfect job? And so he doesn't know how honest to be. So this is what he'd really like to do for money. But it's kind of absurd. They're not really, I mean, cleaning lint from dryer traps and then pressing a lightsaber handle against things and switching it on. So the lightsaber is, again, something from Star Wars. Yeah, it's like a laser sword almost. So yeah, I think that was good. You guys did a pretty good job explaining it. Does anybody have any questions about this? Any questions about the comic?
Joshua, I couldn't understand this comic.
Okay. So just to explain briefly, the man is in an interview. She asks what he thinks his dream job would be. And so he responds with an absurd answer that isn't really a job, but maybe in his dreams it would be fun to get paid to do these silly things. So his silly things are just like destroying things with a lightsaber and cleaning lint from a dryer trap, which doesn't make any sense, really. And so he's just saying he's never sure how realistic he should be, how honest he should be about what he really wants to do with his job. Does that make sense, Ismail?
Yes, Joshua. Thank you.
Okay. His job. And good. Maybe let's have Ravi. Can you ask Jose the next question here?
Yeah. So, Lucy, how honest do you think you should be during your job interview?
I think that I should be honest, but I should say all the truth.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't tell the whole truth.
Okay.
So
Well,
telling the whole truth is kind of a saying that we use in English a lot.
okay.
So yeah, I should be honest, but I shouldn't tell the whole truth. I think that's a good answer. What about you, John? Do you agree or do you disagree?
Well, I would tell the whole truth because I like my work, so I just don't like to interact with people. So my dream job would be my actual job without people around.
Okay. So my dream job would...
And it's very normal for programmers. They don't like to socialize.
Yeah, for programmers. They don't like to socialize. Okay, I think that's good. Really perfect answer. And, okay, does anybody have any questions or comments on this page? Okay. Okay, so talk about your skills maybe, and exaggerate maybe? That's
Yes, I think in general in the resume or in the interview, people increase a lot the skill, the ability, or the level of language, etc.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. So in general, people increase their skills or abilities or language levels. It's always tricky when you get a boss who actually speaks the language that you claim to speak, and sometimes they call you out on it.
Yes.
Yeah, but good. I think that's a good comment. Let's have Ismail. Can you read this comic?
Okay. I consider all my previous Instagrams, Facebook posts, tweets, and vines a form of performance art.
Yeah. And so what's this mean, Ismail? What's happening here?
Do,
Do you have any idea?
the interviewer are looking at the screen and he can show all about this man, and he look not happily out. Actually, maybe he is not satisfied with the post of this interview.
Yeah, so I think that he's probably dissatisfied, or he thinks that the man's posts are probably inappropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe his post is a little problematic.
Yeah, I think so. And so he's saying, I think they're all just performance art, they're not really me, they're just me being artistic or, pretending to be something. Kind of.
Is there any special meaning for a form of performance art?
Yeah, so performance art is just, it's like dancing or having, I guess pictures of performance art would be any kind of dancing. You could also have like an exhibit or a gallery. It's just any gallery or art that has humans in it. So these are all like pictures of performance art. And so he's saying that his posts are just him trying to make an image or an impression on something, and they're not really him. So it shouldn't reflect poorly on him because he's just performing. Does that make sense?
And Joshua, what does vines mean? Tweets and vines.
Okay. So does anybody know what a vine is?
Vines?
I think Vines means some funny video when we make and upload on social medias.
Yeah. So a vine is just like it's a looped video. So just a short little video on a loop is a vine. So that's like it's kind of a type of social media. This is, hold on. This is the logo for Vine. Does that make sense?
No, actually, I haven't seen before something like this, Joshua. It's like
Okay.
gag
Well,
or
I think you should maybe like.
videos.
It's kind of like it's a video, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so if you want to look on like YouTube or something, you can check out Vines there.
Okay.
Maybe after class. But good, and let's have Ismail. Can you ask Alexandra this question right here?
Alexandra, do you think that interviewers should look into a prospective employee's social media? Why or why not?
Sincerely, I don't understand a lot of.
Word?
I don't understand the comic.
Actually,
But
for example, if you go for an interview, do you want to that interviewer look at your Facebook account, your tweets, vines, posts, Instagram photos, all about
no,
special or private for you?
yes, but it's private. It sounds a little crazy.
Okay. Yeah, so I think a lot of companies actually do that. So they go onto Facebook or they'll go onto um, Instagram or they'll go onto Twitter and they'll look at their
It
potential
depends.
employees.
It
Mhm.
depends of how in how job you are applying. Because here in Costa Rica, if you want to be part of the OIG, um, they they how can I say? They do a search of all that you do, who are your friends and what do you do, and if you smoke or you drink alcoholic drinks, and your Facebook and your if you it's an exhaustive searching that they do because it's an um, go, government job, or I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, it's a government job.
Secret Service.
Okay, so the Secret Service for sure. Yeah, they definitely go into your accounts and look at things that you've done. But yeah, I think that's a good point. So it depends on what job you're applying for. Sometimes you should expect it, but sometimes, maybe it's going a little bit too far. All right, and so we are just out of time. Thank you guys for coming into class. It was really good. It was nice meeting some of you guys,
Okay.
and hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. But again, thanks for coming into class, and have a really good day.
Bye bye.
Thank you, bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys.